Inter's title hopes don't depend entirely on them. However, Napoli drawing with Genoa last weekend has reignited belief in the Nerazzurri camp. That result, combined with Inter's win at Torino, means the Nerazzurri go into this one just 1 point behind Napoli with 2 games to go. Lazio aren't fighting for the Scudetto, but they're in the hunt for a top 4 finish and want to be sitting at Europe's top table. At the Meazza, it's Inter against Lazio. There's Simone Inzaghi and Marco Baroni. Simone Inzaghi taking on one of his former employers. Inzaghi, former player and former coach of Lazio, but no room for sentiment as Barella comes through for the pre-match handshakes, wearing the captain's armband with Lautaro Martinez missing out again. Still not 100% fit with that hamstring issue. Expected back next week though against Como, and of course 100% fit for the Champions League final. So as we were saying, barring Lautaro Martinez, it's the same starting lineup from Inter's epic win here against Barcelona at the start of the month. Mehdi Taremi comes in for El Toro and partners Marcus Thuram up top. Benjamin Pavard has recovered from an ankle problem and begins on the bench. Fratesi, the other high-profile name alongside Lautaro Martinez, missing out this evening for the Nerazzurri. So Barella skippering the side then in the absence of Lautaro. Marasic skippering Lazio. Zaccagni missing out with a 1-game ban. Not only Mattia Zaccagni missing out through suspension, but also Luca Pellegrini for Lazio. The good news, though, is Nuno Tavares has recovered from a thigh injury to take his place in defence. At the other end, Isaacson has passed a late fitness test, and he's tasked with finding the back of the net alongside Boulaye Dia and Tati Castellanos, the latter playing as a lone forward. So it'll be Inter to get us underway then. Marcus Thuram and Mehdi Taremi, the tutor. Thuram and Taremi, it's normally the Tula. Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. Now Fratesi, as we were saying, missing out with an abdominal issue. And we are underway. Inter playing from left to right, and joining me what has been a roller coaster ride in Serie A season, and ready for another go on the roller coasters. Manuel Pascali, good evening.
Good evening, Thomas. What a night this is gonna be. Back to the early 90s, where all the games were played at the same time. 9 games all around Italy. A lot to be played for. We talked about Scudetto race, survival race as well, and European run.
So much to play for then, as Bastoni immediately up from the back. Looks to join in with the attack. Now Çalhanoğlu, Barella. Can Taremi get the Tavares? We'll see if he's 100% fit or not. Been out since April, Manuel, with a thigh issue. So it's a big call from Baroni to throw him straight back into the fray here. Barella, nice ball. Taremi. Barella. Barella wins it back. Barella might come to Dumfries. Takes a deflection and then into the arms, the grateful arms of Mandas. Cerbi for Barella. Çalhanoğlu. Thuram. Now Di Marco! Punched away by Mandas. Danger not over, Bastoni. Çalhanoğlu. Mkhitaryan. Thuram. Back with Marcus Thuram. Çalhanoğlu goes looking for Di Marco. Bastoni headed away, but only to Hakan Çalhanoğlu. And now Lazio can clear their lines.
Yeah, Inter are absolutely bossing near Tati.
Vecino has found some space in between the lines. Isaacson, Castellanos, back with Isaacson! And Sommer and company very relieved to see it go out wide. That's awkward for Mandas, and awkward for Rovella. Now Boulaïdia. Great ball. Here is Isaacson! And Sommer to the rescue. Superb from Sommer. Mario Hila, nice turn of pace from him. Guendouzi. No Tavares. Castellanos. Was there a foul in the build-up? Çalhanoğlu's corner. Headed out to Di Marco. And now Bisseck! In added time of the first half, Jan Bisseck gives into the breakthrough, and they're currently going top.
That's incredible, Thomas, but how many times we said it? Inter are level, don't set pieces in again. Di Marco striking well, kept it down, and on the rebounds, number 31 scored the opening goals. Has set all the Inter fans in heaven.
And with that, and seeing the score currently at the Tardini, Inter are soaring into top spot. Jan Bisseck with the final passage of play before the half-time whistle. No Pavard, but Bisseck stepping up once again. And the German with what could be a huge goal in the title race. Lazio had their chance though. As the half-time whistle goes, Jan Bisseck, his goal, splits the two teams at the break. Brilliant from Bisseck. And a goal which at the halfway stage in match day 37 has Inter in first spot. Napoli currently drawing, as we're saying. Lazio had their chance through Isaacson, Sommer to the rescue, and then Bisseck at the other end moments later. At half-time, Inter 1, Lazio 0. Lazio know this result isn't good enough for them because Juventus are currently drawing as we get back underway. So to give Juventus the advantage in the race for Champions League qualification. Joining me again for the second half is Manuel Pascali. Hello again, Manuel.
Yes, Thomas, obviously Inter received the news that Napoli are drawing against Parma at the Tardini.
Vecino. Tavares bursting forward. Castellanos goes looking towards the referee. There was some contact between him and Di Marco.
Yeah, but how good was this ball? It's like a train, you cannot stop him. But look this, what a ball.
Castellanos on the turn. For Bulaitia! And it trickles wide of the post.
That was the chance for Lazio. Tati Castellanos, always so good in dropping deep in the pocket. Here Bisseck was too far away from Bulaitia. That was a decent ball, and I think at the end he got the crucial last touch.
Hussein. Castellanos. And not for the first time. Bastoni coming back. But Castellanos looks to get a touch. Here's Hussein with a pullback. Pedro. Genduzi. Maruzic. Vecino. Little slip. Now Pedro! The substitute! Draws Lazio level, but the flag goes up.
We're gonna check if Pedro is in an offside position. Here Inter is losing chip possession, even Acerbi. Probably can be this position by Usai. Then we're gonna watch Pedro on the Maruzic shot.
Baroni watches on nervously. The goal stands! Lazio are level. Pedro, the super sub again. And this is a huge moment in the title race.
There you can feel every single fan, Inter fan, is astonished about this goal. They were not expecting that, especially knowing what is happening in Parma. But Pedro doesn't give up and scores a goal that can make the whole difference. Vecino is in an onside position, clearly.
Çalhanoğlu. Dumfries! Inter retake the lead! Immediate response! And it's Denzel Dumfries! What a season he's having! What a player he has become! And now Inter are going top again as we head into the final 10 minutes.
The Flying Dutchman again, after the 2 goals he scored against Barcelona, he's back here in San Siro, scoring another crucial goal. Again, how many times we say the set pieces, Inter are level, and they're showing it again and again with a wonderful ball in, played by Çalhanoğlu, Dumfries and Mart. There, Genduzi is complaining, but this is the goal that can make the difference.
Barella. Now Dumfries! Into the side netting. Half of the mats, I thought it was in.
Yeah, but can you name a better right back in the world? How many goals he's gonna score if he's gonna stay fit? Tremendous display from Dumfries.
Hussein. Pedro, Castellanos goes appealing for a handball. We play on. Bisseck not a judge to have handled that.
Yeah, they're gonna check it. Of course, again, look, the Lazio players all surrounding the referee.
Got to play on though, man. We've got to
Of
play on.
course.
It's going to be checked. There's no point protesting. And we wait. Now, did Bisseck handle this on Castellanos?
For me, it's penalty.
It is being checked. Daniele Schiffi is coming across to the monitor. On-field review. Another turning point, another sliding doors moment. The referee has a red card out. We'll find out who those cards have been shown to shortly. But first, Schiffi has to decide whether this is going to be a penalty, whether Bisseck handled. It's Baroni who's been sent to the stands. What will Schiffi decide? It's a penalty. And Inter's joy could shortly be evaporated.
Mamma mia, Thomas. What a game, what a situation. Incredible. Who's going to take it, Pedro?
Well, Bisseck currently going from hero to zero. But Sommer might be able to rescue the situation. Now, Pedro netted a late winner here against Milan from the penalty spot. Will we see a bit of history repeating at the Meazza? Too much to take for Marotta and Zanetti. Still goalless at the Tardini, so Napoli need this to go in. Lautaro can't watch, too much to bear for the Inter skipper. Nerves of steel are needed. Here goes Pedro! Sommer went the right way. He couldn't pull off another miraculous save. And Lazio are level in the 90th minute. Their veteran forward has inspired them. And with this, there's another twist in the title race.
And this is why we love football, Thomas, because again, we are almost thought the Inter had the 3 points in the bag, but no, Pedro doesn't think the same.
Zalewski couldn't quite find a teammate there. Mandas rolls it out. Straight to Bisseck, can he make amends after giving away that penalty? Dumfries, Acerbi's there, and Nautovic must score. He couldn't apply the finishing touch. Barella's ball headed away. Zalewski takes a touch. Now Zielinski. 7 minutes are up. Correa. Still whacking Correa, Carlos Augusto, and over the line by Arnautovic. But the whistle goes. The flag goes up. One last chance then for Inter. Correa, one-on-one with Rovella. Barella, still Barella, and then Acerbi. There goes the full-time whistle. Pedro piles on the pain for Inter and keeps Napoli in pole position for the Scudetto. And for Lazio, this is a precious point which keeps their top 4 hopes alive. Is this the day that Inter's title ambitions have slipped away? They led not once but twice, but they were pegged back not once but twice by Pedro. Final score here at the Meazza, Inter 2, Lazio 2.